All right, so today we are going to try to see if we can capture like a live entry on a GCAD. All right, so let me do a quick analysis on it very briefly here. Looking at GCAD on the daily, you can tell that GCAD is very much bearish, right? Bearish all the way from since 2015, and it is going back bearish again. If we look deep here, we can see that there is definite rejection over the last 2 days to the top side. You can see on the forward as well that there's a very nice big rejection wick to the top side here, showing bearish momentum coming in. And then I'm on the 15-minute where you're seeing this nice big bear move occurring. Remember, I told you that one of the best places you can actually enter for sell is when the market is already selling. Yeah, that's kind of the point. So I'm actually interested in selling it right here. If the candle can show me what I want. Now, all here I'm looking at this, that's actually a very good sign. It's a very, very healthy sign. I would like the candle to close black. I didn't close black. So I'll be very careful to sell this. But I am highly interested in a sell for the reason being that you can see, I mean, the momentum is definitely in your favor. You can see the rejections. You can see the rejections of even here. The reason why we want a black candle, obviously, is the black candle gives us the provision to enter at a higher area or a higher level, right? And obviously, by entering at a higher area or higher level, you have more chance for profit, right? So the only thing that I am also, oh, look at that. Wow, 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 wow. So the only thing that I am really would have been scaring me, and well, obviously, it's clearly not the problem, is these little rejections to the downside here. But as you can see in this area, those are they're not prevalent, right? They don't mean anything because the rejections came in to the top side here. And there's actually a pretty strong sell coming in here, it looks like. The bearish momentum is definitely stronger. So yeah, I think okay, so let me show you this as well here. You're seeing the rejection here. I would be very careful to enter on this candle, even if it closes like I want it to close. I would like the candle to definitely close black, but I would need to see a big rejection to the top side. Because if this candle closes black, it will produce a wick to the downside. You understand? And you don't want a wick to the downside showcasing a sign of sells, right? Or seller's rejection, sorry. You want to see buyer's rejection. So this is actually one of those cases where I'm analyzing this live. You realize the replay function is off. And guess what? Guess what? I missed the entry because obviously I didn't get the candle that I wanted, right? I wanted to enter somewhere up here. But, I mean, I think you can see that understanding direction, how potent and important it is, right? So let me showcase something here as well now. If we get that black candle here, I would need to see a rejection come up at least to this area, something like that. Because what that shows me or what that tells me is it is retesting this last area, clearing out any last consolation of buys and actually selling. So this is a good sign. This is actually a very, very good sign where it is going to go up, push up really aggressive, but it needs to come back down within this 16-second, within this candle closing, right? This is not the strongest. Selling it here is kind of dangerous if it loses black. Yeah, so you see it's still not losing. I don't like that. It can actually produce more bull momentum considering the fact that it rejected the downside. So let me clear out these drawings and let me show you what I mean. Right, so clear out the drawings. So you're probably saying, well, I could have sold it there. Yeah, maybe I could, but I am more interested in selling when I know that the retest is cleared. You understand? You see that there's somewhat of rejection again, dependent on how the candle is functioning. Somebody might ask, or some people might be asking, why couldn't I sell this candle? The difference between where the close, if it's black and if it's red, is negligible. While I agree, you want to follow the rules. So you see what I'm talking about where you have some bearish rejection. selling here is kind of dangerous, and that's why I want to wait a little bit, right?
A few moments later.
All right, so we're back. So I give it a little time. Remember, we were looking at it right around this area. We said that looking at it in this area here is actually kind of dangerous to try to sell it, right? The reason for that is there is something that you could possibly sell this, but the problem is I wanted to see a rejection or a retest of this area, and this candle never did so. The next candle actually created a wick to the downside, telling me that the bears are being rejected. And then the next candle, it did indeed go down, it did indeed sell. But then look at what happened. It ended up coming right back up, breaking this area completely, retesting or rejecting this area. You can see the rejection to the top side. And then it broke back below the area, retested, and then dropped. The question is, why wouldn't I sell here? Because this is still bull momentum here. And it doesn't look like a lot of bull momentum per se, but it is bull momentum. I want to see a move down. So in other words, what I'm looking for is I'm always looking for the move to happen down, and then I want to see rejection to the top side and then drop again. You see, the quicker and the better you get to understand how the rejection really supposed to look. The rejection should come after the momentum. You don't want the rejection to happen before the momentum, because if it does happen to reject before the momentum, it can reject after the momentum again. So you want to make sure that the rejection occurs after the momentum, right? And so you can see that it dropped. This is not the candle that you enter on, because obviously this is a bullish engulfing. You have the bearish engulfing coming in here, and then you have the candle that I was speaking about, where this candle is predominantly bearish, but it is actually closed as bullish. You could see that GCAD ultimately dropped 25 pips easy, just like that. And it looks like it might be coming back. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, who knows. Looking on the 15, this is something that we have to pay very, very close attention to. So you see that? See that? That's a problem. Because if this candle here closes like this, there's a very high chance that this could actually mean that this is a rejection. So what you can do is you can look to see, is it rejecting a particular area? And as you can tell, it's actually rejecting this area. But is it? That's the question. So this is not bad. That's not bad. Halfway up the wick is not bad. But if I see the wick is longer than the body, then I would be very careful, right? But as of right now, if I'm being honest, I'm not 100% certain about what it's going to do. Nobody is 100% certain, let's be honest. But as of right now, I don't think that I'm in trouble. Let me see here. Okay, so dependent on how this candle closes as well would dictate what you can do. Now, if it rejects the top side, that's actually a good sign. And you can see the rejection happening there. That's actually a good sign. I would like to see it close below this candle. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. So I'm not one. This could be a wick fill because price is definitely in momentum, but this can also mean a rejection to this very same area. So it's sketchy, but if I'm being honest, I still don't think I have a big problem. So I think I'm gonna hold it. Right? I lost one last night on GU. I had the direction correct, and I stand by the direction. I think that I am right about it. In terms of the analysis that I have created, I think I'm going to stand by it, right? If it comes back and it takes me out, it takes me out. That's just the chance you have to be willing to live with, eh? That's just the chance you have to be willing to live with. Because if I am right about it, it's most likely not going to stop at this area and bust all the way through. And if it bursts all the way through, oh, trust me, we have a nice big party coming in here. Because this is a lot of bear momentum actually coming in here, right? So there you go. You have a nice live breakdown of an entry. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, this is in the New York session. As you can see here, the time. This is the time by me, 10 a.m., 10:16 a.m. This is in the New York session. Most people know that I love to trade Asian. I trade all the sessions. I just prefer Asian out of them all. All right. Yeah. So I hope this made sense to you guys. Peace out.